So today I'm with my Z mount 50mm 1.8 S lens. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit intimidated recording this one, considering this lens is about 6 times more expensive than the second most expensive lens. I kind of feel like if the images aren't at least 6 times better, I'm really not good enough to have this. This lens is, after all, why I went with the Z system. Insane sharpness, almost no blooming at all. I think the biggest thing is the micro contrast and just how punchy it looks, with the blacks being deep and black, the highlights, so much detail but stays visible in the image and doesn't disappear into the bloom. That's looking right into the sun. Incredible flare control. Not seeing any purple and magenta fringing through the viewfinder. One of the downsides to really nice things is it's hard to say a lot about them because it's easier to talk about what's wrong with something. So with the other lenses, I was surprised how poorly all 4 of them rendered far away objects. The Canon FD and Helios were both great for shooting up close wide open, but as soon as you focus that far away stuff towards infinity like you would for a landscape, performance is embarrassingly bad. But this is nice and crisp to infinity. The Z mount 51.8 has a wonderful minimum focus distance. I know Nikon's new Plena is getting a lot of attention right now, but I think their 51.8 is pretty smooth as well. One thing that's neat about focus by wire systems is if you want precise control, you just move them slowly. If you really want to move it fast, you just jerk it one direction and jump it. I find focus by wire makes it hard to do certain video moves while you're focusing. It's just hard to repeat. Oh, there's something about tree bark, especially when it has strong side lighting, that just makes focus peaking so incredibly happy. Oh yeah, that's even more than I had with the Canon FD. So while there is certainly a law of diminishing returns, I mean, this is 6 times the cost, but it's not 6 times better. But it is better. Even though the resolution of this viewfinder isn't anything spectacular, I can see that this is noticeably sharper than any of the other 4 lenses I've been playing with recently. And that sharpness goes right to the corner. Vignetting is reduced. And by far, the most important aspect of this lens is the aperture. Oh, look at that. What is that, 9 blades? It's wonderful, whatever it is. You can't get the sun stars with the rounded aperture blades, but you get nice blurry backgrounds. It's a trade-off. So after playing around with the Nikon 50mm 1.8S for the Z mount, I think the biggest thing wrong with this lens is how there's nothing wrong with it. It is practically perfect in every way. So if any of my photos are inadequate or flawed, I don't have a safety mechanism to fall back on. I can't say, oh, it's a vintage lens, that's why it's soft. Oh, it's manual focus, I was a little bit slow and rusty. I just don't have any of those excuses. It's like with vintage, you can always pretend that the gear is the weakest point. This has everything I need to make a perfect shot. And if the shot's not perfect, that's 100% on me. I don't like that. I'm gonna go back to something easier.